Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast presented by RainbowOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, April 17th. We have the NBA play-in games to talk about. We've got the NBA playoffs coming up. We are closing in on the end of the NHL season. I know we got playoffs coming up for that as well. Wrapping up the Masters, UFC 300. So great fucking weekend between the two. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And then we get done with the beautiful Masters, and we are blessed to get the RBC Heritage this upcoming weekend. All the big players are coming back. All the big boys from the Masters are going to be in there from the PGA Tour side of things. So give our picks as we do for the golf weekend. And it's just me and Max today, just the two brothers. And dude, how we doing? How do we do betting wise?
Pretty solid, yeah. I always love betting on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, kind of forget about what you did. Then Sunday comes around, we finish that last round, and I'm like, oh, nice. I did pretty well. So good stuff. Good. Very well. Happy
Yes.
boy.
I took the one the one main thing I took away from you was Pereira, and that single-handedly made me enough money to look at maybe a new driver for the weekend. For coming up, I don't know. We'll see. But no, that was awesome to see. Um, you know, him and Scotty between the two. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about just that UFC card. Um, I mean, Pereira's one to talk about. So you want to just hit on that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, we called it. I mean, I said Jamal really wasn't taking it, or it didn't seem like he was taking it serious. I'm sure he was taking it pretty serious, but just, kind of messing around, doing stupid stuff, and then fucking first round just got him real quick. Bunch of meme, I'm sure everyone to see. You know, uh, Pereira holds off Dean after a little brief nut kick. It was just kind of a little breeze by, but waved him off. Three punches later, gets him with kind of like a side underhook hook. It was nice. It was smooth. It was like an underhook, but just bopped him, and it was beautiful. His celebration was perfect, dude. Just the fucking just pointing to him, double hands. I love it, dude. It was beautiful. Class act from Pereira.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, it was, and honestly, like it was like it happened so fast because like I remember like looking down at my phone real quick, like about to pull up DraftKings because of that. I thought they were doing a quick little timeout, literally go to look at my phone, pull something up real quick, look back up, and boom. And I was like, damn. It like happened so fast. I was like, take it, dude. So yeah, overall, I think what is it, minus 130 by the time it closed.
I
Um,
think so, yeah.
yeah, so we'll take that.
Solid line, dude. Something you could easily just put a bunch of units and just drop them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, we did. We might have been a 10 unit
Nah,
play.
you don't get
No, 20 unit play from me.
yeah.
So we gained a lot of units. So thank you, Max. I'll
Of
get you
course.
next time I go to the store, I'll get you a nice whiskey or something.
Yeah.
Um, to make up for it. So yeah, that was a great call. The other one I gotta give you props on, Lopez absolutely dominated that one, minus I think like 140. So I mean, if you took those two away, I was so stupid. I didn't parlay those two because I had them in different parlays, but I was like, dude, I should have just done those two. That would have been cash. But yeah,
Yeah.
thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's he's a fucking firecracker, dude. He's awesome. Just jumped him minute 30 left in the first round. And Yosik's not a bad fighter at all. I think I've mentioned that last week, but Diego is one of those guys. He's now ranked after that fight. He's 14th, so that's one over Yusuf. But he's going to be steadily climbing, dude. He's awesome. He's so fun to watch too. I mean, all these fights were just fucking awesome.
It really was, dude. I was super impressed. I saw this video of, I think it was like, Steve will do it, I think is his name on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so he's like telling Lopez, as Lopez is going into the locker room, he's like, "You just made me so much fucking money." And he's like, "How much?" Like, is
Yeah.
it more than what I just got paid? I was the one in the fight.
Right.
Like, he kind of had that look, but it was really funny, just the interaction. Um, he balled
So he
out.
kind of reminds me of like a Moreno, just like a fucking good ass dude, just funny and goofy.
Cares
But he
about
fights.
fighting.
He
Like,
fights. He fights a lot differently than Moreno, but just personality wise,
is that same weight class? What does Lopez remind me?
they are. They might feather.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, no, he's gonna be climbing real fast.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Yep.
good.
I like that one. Others from just like non-main cards. The Turner thing was wild. I wasn't
Dude,
watching
where he
it
walked off.
after. Yeah, I watched it after the fact.
Yeah, dude, that was stupid. That literally was it. That would have changed. I mean, I named all my picks. I went 4 for 4. I think there was some where I was just like, yeah, like fun, like the Oliveira one.
Yeah.
I think I said, don't go crazy, but it's a very good underdog to grab. He couldn't get it, missed. I think it was a rear naked he had, or maybe guillotine. But just Armin just slipped right out of it, was able to get the
Yep.
split decision. So it was another great fight. All these were
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. That one was awesome.
Biggie got that rear naked. A lot of rear naked. Figgy against Garbrandt
Yep.
got
Yep.
naked. Then Bo got his rear naked.
Yep. -120. I think you did mention that. I don't know if that was an official pick.
And I said might as well have some fun and get the plus money with the KO, but
Oh, that's what it
I
was.
mean, it was minus 900 for both of them. So it's just like, this is just stupid.
Yep. Seriously. Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good one. Harrison with a sub as well.
yep.
Her
Yeah.
debut.
She was in the rear naked as well. Yep. I went right past her. But yeah, so good old rear naked night. And a bunch of KOs. Not as many decisions. There's a few, but yeah, like I missed out on that Bobby Green to not go decision. Um, Jim was beat the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it was close. He had a big ass gash right here. I think he even got cut down
But
here.
they were gonna call it
Getting
a
21 stitches.
yeah.
Um, Yuri fucking showed out. That man's a monster.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
we'll see him and Pereira fight number dos soon. Not
Ooh,
like
yeah.
this soon, but like it'll be in the near future. Um,
I
I
mean,
I missed out on the Aljo one.
okay.
But I heard that was super boring and Aljo fought like a little BB, but he won.
That's like right when
And
it tuned in.
yeah, but overall, very solid stuff, dude.
I mean,
Fantastic. I mean, and then how can I not
thank you.
save the best for last? um, Gaethje Holloway, fucking second left. You know when Max points down at the mat, they're gonna be swinging. He did it against Zomb, and he did it against well, actually, fuck. Arnold Allen was another one, but Arnold Allen was the one who engaged that. But whatever. Fucking last second, beautiful overhand right, just clocked him. Fucking Gaethje landed on his neck, like it was crazy. Just absolutely insane. That crowd went nuts. Mark Goddard, the ref, even fucking screamed. He's like, I think 12 years he's been refing. He's like, I've never done that before, but I just couldn't help it. I was like,
Yeah,
that's insane.
dude, it was insane. It really was. And like, as someone who I think mid first round, I hammered a bet for it to not go the distance. Or yeah, to not go the distance. And
Wow.
I hammered it. And when he pointed at the ground, so I'm watching with John, and he's been watching UFC for a while, and he's like hyped about the fight, and so he doesn't have a betting side on this fight. I have not to go the distance, like mid fight, and he points down, and the epitome of this is I'm like, no, fuck no, go. And then John is like jumping up, like, let's go, Hater. Like, I was just like one of the very few people who was just like, please just don't have a KO. And when he dropped, I was like, please tell me that the clock had 0 because that 1 second sat for longer than 1 second.
Yeah.
I had to have, but it was so awesome. I couldn't even be mad because Pereira covered all that. So I was like, we're good. I'm like, we're good, with Pereira. But like, that was crazy. Such a sick fight. Gaethje's the man. Holloway's the man. Like, that is just the BMF fight. That's how it should. That's how it should be every single time. If it gets to that point in the
Yeah.
last 30 seconds, that should be like the BMF like rule. Like if you're still on your feet with 30 seconds left, like you're just going balls to the wall and so yeah, that was great. And
Yeah,
then
really was.
not to slight Zhang, but she just pieced up Yan to win her title again to defend that. But like she
Yep.
should have knocked her out a few times before and they just couldn't she couldn't get it done. So props to Yan for going the distance. But yeah, I didn't want to forget that title fight, but the Holloway Gaethje fight really was not. I mean, shout out Holloway for getting 600 bones, dude.
Yeah, dude, right? It's insane. That's just bonus money too, not even his
Yeah.
actual fight payment.
Yep. And I'm sure like he has like a set like X amount and then probably a percentage of pay-per-view buys or something.
Yep,
That's how they do all that. So
exactly.
yeah, that's sick. So that's like I
Now
mean,
he's probably gonna get a title fight.
dude,
Like a
I didn't
BMF is a type, but like a you know what I mean, a real one.
know. Yeah, for sure. I was trying to pull up what how old is he? He's still got
32,
yeah, so he's still got a couple years
pretty
to
young.
yeah. So
Because I mean, like Malley's 28. You would think he's a little younger. He might be 29, but you'd be like, oh well, you know, he could be like 26, but no.
yeah.
A lot of these guys are pretty relatively older, honestly. They come in at like 28. You get chat? Who's Bo Nick?
I'm getting
I think Bo's like 25.
yeah.
28.
I
Jesus.
don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna decline and she can
Yep.
figure that.
Oh, bad.
I should have just declined that.
Um,
Yeah, it's just
but
collect
yeah,
our
no, that's all I got.
sweet, sweet. Okay, yep, awesome. So yeah,
226. My biggest odds hit that parlay.
which one?
So that was nice.
What
The
was the
three and
parlay?
a half, 3.5 Max Gaethje over rounds, and then Zhang and Pereira. That somehow was plus 226, which isn't really that high, but still.
Dude, we'll take that. We take any dude. Any wins. We don't mind. Come on, bro. Come on. I said maybe like under like minus 150 or whatever, or minus 140 or threshold. Then I might give you some shit. But
Yeah.
26, we're not tripping about that. So good on you. Looking forward to the next big card. Shout out John
Oh
for
yeah.
having
Islam's fighting Poirier in June.
yeah. What was there was another um Tapuria and maybe Max Holloway, I think was something I heard. I don't know if that's a possibility.
Max called him out. The other one was McGregor,
Dude,
McGregor Chandler, which we knew late June. And then what was the other? I forgot the other one. I'm not gonna sit here and think. Um, but yeah, so good stuff there. Hester, stop. So you got any more notes from that? Because I'm good.
nope,
Just
nope.
fantastic. I gotta go back and just rewatch that whole thing.
Yeah, dude, it was great. I'm glad I tuned in right after the Sterling fight. So I think I saw Yuri and then the rest of the main card, and it was awesome. And then I rewatched some of the other stuff. So yeah, great card. Looking forward to seeing kind of just like the ripple effects
It's
of
the Southeast.
the ripple effects of what's gonna, the next kind of matchups and stuff that Dana pieces together. There's gonna be some drama and some shit. So
Oh
We have
yeah, for
a
sure.
card like that again, Max. I think we just have to go next time. I know it's 300, but if it's like we might just have to go to 400 and just plan
Dude,
for it because that was
I'm
so
because
awesome. That's the last thing I'd say. Just the
Dad
atmosphere.
asked me about going to some, and I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Are they ever close?" They just did the one in Atlantic City with Blanche, and
Mhm.
now the Gaethje Islam's in Newark, but we're gonna be in Kentucky that same weekend. It's like,
Why are we
God
in
damn
Kentucky?
it, for the festival for Railbird.
Yep. I see. I see. Damn. Well, shit. We'll figure one out. We'll figure one out. But yeah, totally need to go to one because that atmosphere was electric, dude. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that inner circle is just a bunch of celebrities, but like the real fucking fans were going bonkers in that. So you can feel,
Vegas is the move going to T-Mobile, but that is a lot of schmeckles.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We went
Unless
to
we
like the
unless we beat we beat the casino. That's our only bet.
exactly. So we just have to go like 2 days early. Just get in like Thursday night. Just only make money Thursday, Friday, sleep all day Saturday until we go, and then boom, boom.
Exactly.
Put it down. Put it down. Put
Set.
it down.
Uh,
Speaking of people just being dogs and just being the champs, talking about titles, belts, repeats. Let's talk about Scotty Shep
exactly.
and Masters. I mean, god damn, dude. I put so after I didn't put any money on him on Thursday morning, but by Thursday afternoon, I had plenty of exposure. And then each day, DraftKings kept giving that 18% boost. And I would just each morning, I would wake up and put the 25 on Scotty. So, like, after you get to the weekend, and I'm like, holy shit. But, like, dude, it was insane. He dominated from Friday morning. I mean, honestly, even Thursday, he was really solid. But, like, the whole weekend, he just was masterclass.
Oh yeah, dude. Just absolutely insane. I don't know. It's like, I mean, I know this is insane, but like I feel like I didn't experience Tiger coming up and stuff and being as dominant, I don't remember it as much, but like seeing this dude is just insane. I'm just like he's bound to win just every one.
I mean, plus 400 for the Heritage this weekend. Like,
Yeah.
it's even lower. Like, it's just,
Exactly. And being that low and that favored for like the Masters, which is one of the hardest courses they have to go through, is just crazy. And then winning it, like,
yeah. I mean, essentially, it's like the shortest odds since Tiger in '09, but also, like, other than Tiger, I don't even know the last time someone was a favorite of 450. Like, if you take out all of Tiger, like,
yeah.
who's left? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That might be something worth looking at. But, like, come on. That was
It,
crazy. So
good Sunday. I know that just skipped, but overall, I feel like a lot of guys climbed.
yeah. I was gonna say like we can sit here and talk about Scotty all day, but everyone who saw it watched and knew he dominated. But like, let's give some flowers to Ludwig Obear and his first major run at 7 under, number two. I mean, back nine. I thought he was gonna start giving Scotty a little bit of a scare. Um, Homa 4 under, tied for third. Like, love to see that. Like, Morikawa, Fleetwood all played well as well. Like, really tough course. The course might have won the weekend, if we're gonna be honest with you. Like, other than
Yeah, I
Scott,
was gonna
the
say,
course won.
yeah, because this is pretty low scoring, dude. I mean, you get out of the top eight and it goes straight to even with Willie, and he was number nine with
There's
Patton and
something
Young.
cool with that.
So fuck off, Ed. But yeah, I definitely think overall the course won. Dude, those greens looked so fucking hard. Course looked beautiful as ever, honestly. It was so green, all the fairways. I mean, I swear, you got those guys rolling through and you still don't see like any divots. They just got yeah, I saw spitting chicklets and it was Bizanet just making fun. He's like, they don't have a pine cone on the course. You don't see divots. They just got a bunch of people like hiding and coming up and fixing everything right away. It's like running out. I was like, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Like the
But it's
tennis,
so
like,
true.
no squirrels. What was Justin Thomas? He was like, yeah, no,
Oh,
haven't seen any squirrels on there.
like a rabbit, yeah. He's like,
Like, dude, the place isn't real.
Yeah.
The guy who went there though on the practice round, and he was just like, yeah, like it's crazier than it looks on TV. Like these hills that people are talking about, like you got to bring your walk-in shoes, like your running shoes to Augusta. You can't be bringing your flip-flops or your nice loafers. Like you got to bring some walking shoes if you're gonna be doing
Yeah.
Augusta.
That's fair.
Some
I
people
mean, I
just
even
know
felt that, dude. I'm
the
gonna
best
just
rate for you.
fucking exit out of um
Goddamn.
ESPN.
Yeah, fuck you,
I
ESPN.
felt that like even like at CCB, like that's not nearly as hilly, but it is somewhat. But yeah,
Yeah.
just walking a course. Like, dude, like that's why we always drive carts. We don't want to fucking walk a course.
No, not at all. I mean, and then you look at Tiger and Phil both making the cut. Gotta shout out the old dudes. That was
Eh,
awesome. Tiger did
Yeah,
not play well on Saturday and Sunday, but I don't, he made the cut 24 consecutive. I mean, like, God, dude, it's just insane. 24 times you made the cut at the Masters. Like, you got Spieth, who, there's so many good guys that missed the cut. Like, Wyndham Clark just won, a major last year. Spieth is, he's won a Masters, he's won a US Open. Like, the dude is, like, these guys miss the cut and go like 8 over. And, that's maybe it might be their only time. Tiger hasn't done it since he was an amateur. Like, that's crazy. It's,
yeah,
yeah.
it's wild.
And then the only two other things notes I had, I mean, Nikolai Højgaard falling apart after being like, in the top five for like 2 or 3 days, and then just kind of falling apart the last 2 days, with like
Yeah,
75 and a 76. And then the other one was DeChambeau. I mean, he gave us some good entertainment for a while, and then just course started catching up.
yeah, definitely. I mean, a 65 first round is crazy.
Yeah, that was bananas. I was like, there's no way he's gonna hold up to that, but like to go from 7 under to I think 1 under is what he ended up. So yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, 2 under after, but I was looking at, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's about all I had for Masters. We'll get into the RBC here in a sec, and our picks, but I do want to talk about NBA playing games, and then also we've got some series that are already set that by the time you guys listen, like by the time we release the next podcast, those will already be gone. So want to just kind of circle a couple of those series. But anything else before we do that, Max, on Masters?
No, sir.
Love it. Love it. I happened to buy golf shoes and then schedule a driver fitting over the weekend. So that's what the Masters will do to you. We also had beautiful weather in Richmond, so it doesn't make it any easier. And then I'm playing golf on Sunday, so like this upcoming Sunday. So
Oh, yeah.
excited for that. And just ready for golf season and nice weather. So yeah, I got that itch, bro. Maybe we'll figure out some golf content here in the summers in between football and basketball season and stuff. So
Yeah.
just baseball and golf. So in UFC, which don't get me wrong, we can still do an hour-long podcast on just baseball, golf, and UFC, but maybe throw in some own golf. Maybe we'll do some challenges. I don't know. Anyways, NBA, let's talk some hoops. We are not done with hoops. March Madness done, NBA finals and the playoffs. Perfect timing. I love the way that ends up. We'll get right into the NBA. Tonight we got the Lakers and Pelicans right now are playing. Pelicans are up 36-33 as we're recording on Tuesday night. 10 minutes left in the second. So we got Lakers, Pelicans, and then Warriors, Kings tonight. I'll just say I have a Pelicans Warriors parlay. I think it's more of a conspiracy thing. It's more the fact that NBA wants Lakers Warriors in a final playing game. So if the Pelicans win, they're the 7th seed. Lakers play the Warriors for an 8 seed. Losers out of the playoffs. LeBron, Steph, come on, right? Like that's
Yeah.
true. Like that's just like if you believe at all, you have like the slightest hunch that sports is scripted, that's what you would play. And so it doesn't look bad right now. It's a pretty close game. But I'm not going to get into those games. So Loser of the Pelicans Lakers plays the winner of Warriors Kings. For anyone listening, but on to Wednesday, unless you got any picks or anything. I mean, the game's already kind of going on, but we do have our Bulls on Wednesday. We got the Bulls on Wednesday. So any thoughts on
Yeah.
Atlanta and Chicago?
No, dude, I just hope they can pull it through. It's tough, dude. I just been not happy with the Bulls. I know they still. I just don't want to have to fight for a play-in. I want to get a series. We've been fighting for play-ins and stuff for a while, but I think we get it done. Um, minus 155. I don't know if that's
I've got 148
really.
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that might have changed
All
recently.
right. But still, a -3 though. I think a -3 is a very good garbage time, like win by 5,
Yep,
fouls and shit. So
agreed.
I don't hate that at all.
No, I'm looking at
As long
trying
as
to.
everyone can get their shit together.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like if you like to have the half point, 2.5 is minus 125. Just if you want that three, not to push, but I agree with you there. Um, so looking at Chicago, Atlanta. So yep, three, like you said, over unders 221. I'm gonna probably play the over. It's a lean, so it's not my favorite bet of the weekend, but I will be playing or of tomorrow, but I will be playing the over. And then Chicago covers 51% of their games, and Atlanta covers 35. So no, Clint Capella is game time decision. If he doesn't play, I'd say hammer the Bulls. I think there's a good chance he does play, but I agree with
Yeah.
you on the 2.5. I might just do a money line over parlay just to make it a little easy. And that's plus 219 if we do that. So I mean we need big games from DeMar and Levine and oh wait, no, Levine's out. Sorry, that's my bad. He's been out. Shows you how in touch with the NBA I've been. And then Trey Young, probably, I mean, you might as well throw like a little Trey Young parlay. Like he'll probably play well, and then um, you know, that doesn't mean they'll win, but it's a big game. Trey Young tends to play well in these games. Might have some turnovers. If you could do an over under turnover, I would do that. Um, But yeah, and then the other game we have on Wednesday is Miami, who's getting 5.5 right now against Philadelphia. Over under 208. Max, what do you think about this game here?
Dude, I don't know. Um, I think it could go either way, if I'm being honest. Because Kings would look pretty solid. Kind of had their ups and downs, but Warriors and Steph Curry can never take them out. Um, I don't know.
Yeah,
NBA hasn't been my strong suit this year.
that's fair. That's fair. I'm definitely gonna play the Warriors. On that. Miami Heat at the Sixers, though. I mean, should I just get into my pick for that, or do you have anything you like on that tomorrow? Miami, Philadelphia?
Mm, no,
Okay. Well,
no,
do you see this shirt, Max? What does this read? Does it say NBA Finals 2023? Who's there? Is that my
it is.
That's the Miami Heat. I think people and I know Vegas isn't forgetting. There's some factors that they have, and I have no problem with that. That main factor is Joel Embiid's back. He's not gonna be 100% Max. And he never is 100% fitness wise, but if he's coming back from an injury, when has Joel Embiid ever been 100% health wise when he gets back from injury? Never. Every time he comes back, he'll have a good game, but they lose. It's because he's chucking a bunch of shots. And yeah, Tyrese Maxey's been playing well in his absence. You got Tobias Harris there. I think those are all things. But Miami went to the NBA Finals last year completely based on their defense and Himmy Butler. You know what time it is, Max? It's playoff time. This is when Himmy Butler does his thing. He goes off in the playoffs, and then everyone forgets that, by game 5 in the next series against I'm trying to think. I think they played 2 seed would be Boston and New York. So they'll probably play New York, I think is what that would be. Miami, New York, like come on. Like very good opportunity for Miami to win that game. New York's great, bunch of young talent. We're talking about the Miami Heat in the playoffs. So that all being
Yeah.
said, this is not a model play. This is just hopefully this will stamp that Sam knows ball. But it's one of those things where I'm not down the Miami Heat. Give me the 5.5 points. It's my play of the entire weekend. It does not matter what else is going on. I'm going Miami Heat 5.5. I'm also going to play the money line personally. Don't necessarily advise that for everyone, but that's what I'm playing. I'm absolutely taking that 5.5. There's no way Jimmy Butler at the end of the game, even if they're down like 9 with like 2 minutes to go, Jimmy Butler's going to find his way to get points back. And it will be like, he'll get it down to 3. They'll miss the 3. They'll foul with the layup, and then it'll be 5. Like, that's like worst case scenario in my head. That's like worst case. So I love that. I think we should be good there. The defense, I mean, Miami's got one of the best defenses in the NBA right now. You look at just like defensive efficient. I mean, Miami's number 3 behind Minnesota and New York, and they're basically tied with New York. Um, you look at their efficiency rating, their top 5. Philadelphia is 11. Um, I just, I just don't know what they're going to look like with Embiid. They haven't played enough games with him back. They've only played 32 games with Embiid this year. So give me the points. And it opened at 4.5. I said I was gonna lock up 4.5 as my favorite pick. Let's give him 5. Give me the extra point. Don't even think about it. Duncan Robinson's back. Like everyone's gonna be back unless like you get some sort of like I don't know if Duncan Robinson and like 3 other guys are out maybe, but like as long as Jimmy Butler's there, he's gonna find a way. They're gonna have shooters and they're gonna find a way to make this close. There's no way that 5.5. However, Philly could win this game, but I'm not by 5, not by 6 or more. So
I like that.
that's
Philly always crumbles, dude. Sixers suck in playoffs.
yep. It's just a it's more. I trust Miami in what they do in the playoffs way more than Philadelphia, and it's not worth. They haven't gotten out of the second round since like AI was there, dude. So yeah, give me that.
Hell yeah.
Um, So yep, so that's what I got for that. Anything else, or do we want to? I got some series bets that I really like. Some
Oh
good.
yeah.
All right,
So that.
let me fire some up. Let me just confirm. Let me get back to the series just to make sure that the odds are still what I have written down. Max, I'm going to walk you through a couple that I really like, just plays wise, and then we can fill in the blanks if you want to talk about any other matchups. So. I think the most important thing to talk about when we're talking about series bets that are coming up for the weekend that I already set. Miami or not Miami, sorry. Milwaukee Bucks are prepared to not have Giannis for this first round. They're playing the Pacers, so it's a 3 versus 6 matchup, and it's a coin flip right now.
Mm.
Chances he could come back pretty slim right now, but I think even with that being said, I think there's a good chance that Milwaukee has enough to make this happen and stay in. At least make it competitive. Maybe even like a game 7 comes around and is Giannis is there. I'm gonna play the Bucks at the -110. I'm also in a parlay that I'm gonna talk about later. I'm gonna also play the Bucks +1.5 in the off chance that Giannis doesn't come back and Miami can force a game 7. Whether they lose game 7 or not wouldn't matter. They'd still get that 1.5. So basically, as long as they don't lose in 6, then I think that would be a good bet there. Um, and
You
then
keep saying Miami.
do I keep saying Miami? God damn it. I mean Milwaukee, sorry.
Oh,
I've got Miami right next to Milwaukee on my notes. So let me fold this up. So I can't see Miami anymore. No more Miami.
yeah.
Okay.
Indiana, Milwaukee. You like Indiana 1.5, or you
No,
like
my Milwaukee 1.5. Sorry.
okay, okay, yeah.
Milwaukee one and
You
a
said
half.
Miami. I was thinking maybe you meant Indiana. Just I don't know, but
Nope, nope,
um,
apologies. Oh, let me repeat that. Bucks plus 1.5 at minus 165. I'm gonna parlay that because I know that's too juicy for like a play, but I'm still gonna take the Bucks to win the series at minus 110. Um,
okay,
So twofold kind of like I'm straight up series. I'm gonna take the Bucks, but also because the NBA, I don't know, I don't really like going game to game sometimes unless I have an inkling. I kind of like just putting more units on a series and then just enjoying the entire series. Because it's like every other day. It's like, dude, all right. So like I don't have,
right,
it's like a week long bet, yeah, but at the same time, it's just you just it's unpredictable game to game. Um,
yeah,
so what I'm going to parlay the Bucks plus 1.5 with Max is my favorite play of the series bets. All things Dallas Mavericks minus 125 to beat the Los Angeles Clippers. Mavericks are on fire right now. If you look at it, they've won like five straight before the last two games of the season. Last two games, they already locked in the Clippers. So they did not play Luka. They did not play Kyrie. So they lost both games. I wouldn't even look at those scores. But what you can say is that some of the other guys kind of built some confidence in those last couple games aside from Luka and Kyrie. So
right.
I think that's something to consider. Luka and Kyrie, I feel like are finally getting to a good point on the offense and how they're running it. It's not as dysfunctional as it was a season ago. Um, I love what the Mavericks are doing right now. Clippers scare me a little bit because you've got, Kawhi, you've got um, Paul George and Russell Westbrook.
Ah.
You got a lot of good guys, but at the same time, I like the Mavericks in a minus 125 there. I also like them in a minus 1.5 series spread. So for them to win 4-2, 4-1, or 4-0 essentially at plus 125. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And then for the sake of the Bucks plus 1.5 Mavericks money line series winner, that's plus 189 parlay. So I will be playing that for. And then let's see. I've got Magic Cleveland is also that's a fun series. That's a fun 4-5 in the East.
It
Uh,
is.
I
You
like
can buy tickets
Cavs.
for $23.
Huh?
You can buy tickets for as low as $23.
Yeah, exactly. So that checks out. Um, I think it will be entertaining. I just don't know that it's just the mark, it's just Magic are kind of still up and coming. Cavs are solid and they've got a bunch of young talent, so they're good. But it's when you look at some of these other matchups, might have a little less shine than some of the others. But I promise you, it will be entertaining. But here's what I'm thinking: Cavs 4-2, 4-1, 4-0 as well. Minus 1.5 spread is plus 125. I think Donovan Mitchell and company gets it done. I think Magic probably grab one, maybe two. I don't see them winning. I don't see a game seven here. I see them Cavs winning 4-2, which I think is plus 400 as an exacto, but I don't think I'm gonna play that. Let me just confirm.
Yeah,
Plus 500 is the exacto. So as much as I love that, I might sprinkle, but I would not advise that necessarily.
right. Yeah, I
Any
think we'll hold that.
any questions or anything else that you like? I know I've been kind of going here.
No, it'd be interesting to see how far OKC can go.
Mm-hmm.
See what they can do.
Yeah, it scares me. I'm like, I would hate to
What did
have.
on there? Is it that matchup? Is that who they play? Or they locked up the 1 seed though, right?
Yep. So they're playing either Lakers or Pelicans.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the Lakers are up by 5 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. So we'll see how that goes. Um,
Ronnie.
yeah. And then the last series I'm trying to decide where I like. Um, I don't know if I like it from a betting perspective. Honestly, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna play it, but actually, I'll play a parlay piece for you. Um, the Suns and the Timberwolves. It's gonna be a very entertaining series. I think it's I don't know what the game seven, like to go to game seven prop is, but over 5.5 games in the Suns Wolves series is minus 210. And so I'm trying to explore what that would be. I also really like the Cavs money line, but it's minus 195 against the Magic for the series. So I'm gonna do Cavs minus 195 with an over 5.5 Timberwolves Suns at plus 123.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So Cavs to advance minus 195 with the 210, and you get your nice little plus 123.
Yeah.
So those are kind of my NBA plays. I think, obviously it's going to be, the Nuggets versus either the Lakers or the Pelicans, whoever wins. And then whoever loses is going to play the Warriors or Kings to play the Thunder. So I think it almost might. I don't. You never want to like lose a game, and I doubt LeBron would ever think this, but like 7 game series versus Denver versus or OKC. I think they were going to take OKC's matchup. Like I think if you were to ask them honestly, I think you'd rather play OKC than Denver because you're getting 4 games at Denver.
Yeah. I I would agree with that.
So I'm
And
interested
just
to see how
Jokic in
it's.
general.
Sorry, say that. Okay, you off.
And just Jokic in general.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
like
they're the same
no
fucking.
matter what, you didn't want to be playing Braun and still probably don't, but like Jokic is that good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if I'm LeBron, I'm like, I'll take our chances against a very young 1 seed who's been great all season. But like, this is the kind of shit where they lose and then they come back for the next 5 years, and they kind of like. I could see the Thunder and the Nuggets kind of changing, but I think the Nuggets are still the team to beat. Uh, as I'm
Yeah.
right. So. And then if you want to look at the East, I'm trying to pull up. Is it the winner of the Heat Celtics or the Heat Sixers will play the Knicks, and then the loser of that plays the winner of Bulls Hawks for the 8 seed to play Boston. Miami
Right.
gets the 8 seed. We gotta get a 1-8 with Boston, Miami. I love that. I think that's great for TV. And then a 2-7 with Sixers in New York, Philly, New York. I mean, come on. If we're just thinking network, like if we put our little journalist hats on, I mean, those are the storylines right there.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yep. So we shall see. So going with those picks, anything else from NBA? What else? Anything else you got?
Um, no, we'll
Sweet.
see. I get we didn't mention Phoenix T-Wolves, did we?
Briefly, I don't have any plays on it, but the over 5.5 games is that.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. Yeah. Other than that, though, I mean, it's going to be a great series. I mean, it's got to be at least 6 games, I would
I want to
think.
see Ant averaging like 40 a game.
Dude, Ant is probably one to look at, and then I mean, Booker's probably gonna like,
Yeah,
and then probably Gobert like rebounds and blocks.
yeah. I did
Because
see something that I think Ant is like 1 in 11 versus Booker.
oh really? Let's see, that's why
Well,
I
AKA Suns, but still, like, um, I don't know. I don't know if that was real. It could have been a butt crack thing or something. I don't know.
a what?
Twitter, butt
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sports.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, I mean, dude, Max, the Suns are the lower seed and they're minus 130 to win the series.
Well, I mean, we look who they have.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying is like the team who's been better all season isn't even favored. That's like it's these discrepancies. You're just like, yeah, exactly. You know who I'm gonna side with? Vegas. I'm gonna side with Vegas on that. So, and minus 130 for the Suns, like, I don't know. They should be fine, but like I still don't even like that.
Yeah, I would like a 115, 115 for both.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that too. So, well, we don't make the books, we just bet it. So yeah, speaking of more bets, let's get back to golf real quick, circle back. Let's talk RBC Heritage plays. Max, we talked about this before the podcast, so I think we should just open up with this. Obviously, Scotty has been on an absolute tear. Plus 400, we mentioned real briefly for the RBC Heritage. He was plus 450 for the Masters. But we agreed that we would share this as a pod pick. I have no issues, or I see no issues with Sean, you know, debating this pick. I think he's going to be on board with us. So as a podcast, I think we should do it. And Max, do the honors, please. What are we doing?
Scotty plus 400.
No,
Is that what
we're
you're talking about?
T-
I don't know. Oh, you caught me off guard. I didn't know you. Yeah, Scotty T5, right? And that is.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Wait, was
think
my Wi fucking up? Plus 110. Sorry, my
mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi's glitching.
You are all good, my friend. Yeah, I mean, there's no brainer, no doubt. What are we doing here? T5 at least. At plus 110. So I'd agree with you there. As we said earlier, all the big dogs are back. It is at it's in Hilton Head. I think it's Harbor Town Links. I had it pulled up and then I accidentally just X'd out of it. Um, so yeah. Max, are you going with Scotty as your winner at plus 400 or are you gonna go elsewhere?
Um, my Wi-Fi's bugging right now. It's not even storming. But no, winner wise, you want to start winner?
Yep.
Or do you want to start 30?
Now let's go winner.
I'm gonna go Ludwig. There's two. I was deciding between another, but Ludwig plus 1200. We saw him kind of get his shit together. Well, not get his shit, but played very well last week. Had a very good Sunday, so I think he'll just keep it rolling, and we'll see where it goes.
I dig it. I dig it. I actually was torn as well between him and who I'm gonna go with. And it is at Harbor Town Golf Links in Hilton Head, South Carolina. So just wanted to confirm that real quick. But there's a guy who 2 years ago lost in the playoff to the guy who won or lost the playoff the following year. So that guy is Patrick Cantlay. He's been very close quite a few times at this place. He's plus 1400. Didn't start off hot at the Masters. The last couple of days started playing better and started making a turn. I think he ended up at around even, maybe plus one. Not great, but he started off, hit a couple rough rounds, and then was able to kind of wrangle that in. And so I'm going to go with Mr. Cantlay at plus 1400 for the win. Yeah,
I
I mean,
like that.
I'll probably sprinkle some Scotty, but just for the sake of picking someone different, we're going with Cantlay today. Um, so yeah, so yeah. All right, Max, who's your top 20? Top 20? You good?
Sorry, dude, my Wi-Fi's fucking um top 20.
Yep.
Homa minus 105. Kind of the same standpoint as Ludwig, just played very solid last week. maybe starting to get his groove. He kind of had a rough start to the year, but maybe he's kind of feeling himself now, and we'll keep it flowing as well. Minus 105. I mean, I can't hate it at all.
Yeah, dude, I love that. Honestly, I will probably play that as well. He's been playing well. I think this is where he starts making that turn. So would love to see that there down in Carolina. I'm gonna go with my T20. I'm gonna go with Mr. Spieth. So Mr. Jordan Spieth beat Cantlay in a playoff 2 years ago, and then Spieth lost the playoff to Matt Fitzpatrick last year in the same very tournament on the same course. So I'm gonna go with Spieth. He did not play well at the Masters. I'm noticing this trend, and when he doesn't play well at the Masters, he tends to play well at Harbor Town or whatever the following weekend is after the Masters. So give me Spieth at T20 plus 110. I'm not, not taking him to win necessarily, but still getting him at plus money and giving him an opportunity to maybe prove himself because I went with him for two winners already this year. He did not win, and then a first round leader, and he got DQ'd. So hopefully Spieth can redeem himself, and we now see ourselves. What's up, Hess? We now see ourselves at a T30 here, Max. And I'll go real quick. I got Mr. Ben on. He played really well last weekend at the Masters. He's, hasn't been playing a ton of majors just yet. He's still on the younger side, but he played really well in the Masters last weekend. Minus 115 at T30. And we were talking about it earlier. You get into the T30, that's the more difficult one. The T20, you're kind of like, all right, like I like these guys. Then you drop 10 spots and you can't get most of them based on I said it earlier. There was 9 guys that were minus 150 to minus 140. And that's like right outside our range. And so makes it a lot tougher for the T30. So I went with Ben on there. What'd you go with for your T30?
I went the Postman, JT Poston. Um, I had him top 30 last week, and he hit right at top 30. Um, it's just all year he's been playing very solid. I think he just kind of keeps it up and stays in that 30, 20 range, maybe even does a little better. I think the first 2 rounds at Augusta, he was sitting like top 10. So he's feeling himself as well, man. I'm just looking at the hot streakers right now.
Yeah, he's right. He's right in like his odds. He's like 35th or something for odds. So right in that range. I always like doing that too. I'm like, okay, wait, let me see where he's at in the odds. 70th in odds. I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe not. And I guess you know what I should do real quick before I get into first round leader matchups. I should apologize for Brian Harmon. He was my winner last weekend and did not have a good day. I also had Wyndham Clark in a matchup over Finau, did not make the cut. And then I also had Wyndham Clark as my T20. So the only thing I gave you guys last week was I think it was Kim Young T30. And I think that might have even been pretty close. To be honest with you, he might have been like T18 or something.
Yeah.
No, he was T9, so that was a good pick. He was even. So we'll go with that. So I went one of them. So I have to apologize for the Brian Harmon pick. But first round leader, do you have anything for first round leader? I know you dabble sometimes.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. I'm not always as confident, but I like Matt Fitzpatrick to come out for round one, previous winner, thinking he kind of owns the course and maybe feels like he does, and then he plays like he does, but eventually he trickles down. I think he's still due for probably top 10,
Mhm.
top 20, definitely. But yeah, I think round one he kind of comes out a little hot. It's plus 3,000.
Oh,
So
really?
good
I
odds.
like.
Just something to, yeah. A little Thursday, see what he can do. Throw a little some.
Yep, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Um, my first round leader, I'm gonna go with someone that's already been talked about today. And that guy is Ludwig Aubert, and he has been rolling. I think he could come off a little pissed off after his second place finish and be like, "Hey, this wasn't like a one-time thing. I'm here to stay." Um, I love your winner pick. Honestly, I will probably sprinkle that as well. But yeah, first round leader for Aubert is plus 2,000. I think that's pretty incredible there. And then what I'll also say, Max, because I'll tell you what, I've been really good with these first round leaders, but what I need to do is also play their like end of first round top tens and top fives instead of just the first round leader. So, just for an example, Aubert is plus 220 end of round top 10. I mean,
Yeah,
you can play the 2000. I'll probably play the 2000, but I'll hedge with that plus 220. That's still good odds, and that's a one round thing. Um, plus 500
right.
end of round top five.
Scotty like minus 300.
Yeah, Scotty's plus 140 for T10 finish on day one. Hmm.
It's not terrible. They think he maybe
I
stayed
mean,
out a little longer on the week, partied his jacket win. He's
yeah,
gonna have a rough day.
he's like once we have this baby, then we'll really celebrate. He's like, all right, me and Meredith. Um, Yeah, no, so I like that a lot.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And then last thing, you got any matchups for the weekend as our last kind of.
Yeah, I'll go Tom Kim plus 100 over Batia.
Yep.
I feel like we haven't seen Tommy Boy in a little bit. Actually, he could have even been on Masters, honestly,
Well,
but he wasn't up there. He tends to play pretty well in these types of match or tournaments. Like the not super high, not super low, but I think he's going to show out. But I think he shows out. I think he can definitely beat Batia. So I wouldn't hate
uh,
like a top 30. I didn't see what he was. I think he was around that minus
Kim,
120.
Kim was minus 140.
Oh,
I
okay.
I actually was really close to playing him, but
Yep.
I got scared there. Let me see. Sorry, I thought I saw Kim Ben. Oh, my Ben on my T30 Ben on. He went T16 last week. Tom Kim was T30, so I don't hate that.
No.
I mean, Batia, he won the tournament to get in and then went six over. So technically, Tom Kim beat him by one stroke last week. So I like that. You know, it's crazy. He beat him by one stroke and he made $21,000 more. That's crazy.
It is.
I mean, Scotty, it, he won't beat Tiger in probably career winnings, but with the way the PGA has been paying out more recently, if he keeps winning, he might get more career winnings than Tiger. Not like sponsorships or
Right.
any of that shit, just like career winnings. I mean, it makes sense. Like some of these guys, like in like golf and like Nicholas, like his career earnings is like 50
Yeah.
million, which is a lot when he was playing. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, if we're just you incorporate inflation, maybe it's a different story. But Scotty's making stupid money. Um,
Oh yeah.
it is kind of nice seeing that the top like five guys all are PGA Tour guys. Not to be like a anti-live or anything, but Scheffler, Aubert, Fleetwood, Homa, and Morikawa all getting the million ones. Like they're all getting the money from PGA, which is kind of nice. for
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of just like, all right, like it's nice. I love having the live guys. I mean, P. Reed, like Cam Smith, DeChambeau, Brooks, all those guys. I like having them, but you know,
Right.
I'm sure PG Tour was like, "There's a win for us."
Yeah, they're
Um,
trade.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, overall, I love the picks. We will post these. We don't have Mr. Sean here to talk about. I am bummed he's not here to talk postmasters because I know he'd probably have a lot to say. So maybe we give him a couple minutes next week. Anything he wants to get off his chest, but great picks on him. His boy Obear, we talked about him all podcast.
Oh yeah.
But that's like his dude. He was on Obear before anyone else. The before it was cool kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's always been on that. So props to him. And I know he cleaned up all right for that weekend. And then Max, that's about all I have for like just next couple days. UFC, I didn't see much. We got Champions League tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like enough. I don't like any
Any
play.
playoffs are around the corner.
Yep. So once those are set, is that next week it'll be set? Like, so next
Yeah.
podcast we can talk about it.
Yeah, so the last game is this Thursday, or the last like day, whatever. There's multiple games, but what the fuck, Dick, just happened? Um, but we do have. I'll just say real quick, we got Pittsburgh, Philly, and Washington all fighting to sneak in. They each have one game left, two play today. Well, Washington and Flyers play each other, and then Pittsburgh plays tomorrow. Um, Flyers need to win for sure. And then Red Wings are sneaking in for the East, and the West is set. So East is still a little battle for this last game for each of them. So
Let's go. Tie 1-1 right now. Caps Flyers. It's basically a coin flip. Let's go. What are we doing? Are we gonna play something?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
probably
think.
Caps, if I were to say.
Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that one bit. Okay, sweet. And we'll get into that next week. We have the NFL draft, so we will absolutely be talking about that. We
Yep.
can't do draft props and bets in Virginia, so if you're wondering why we haven't really ever talked about those, it's we got to go through a bookie and shit, and it's just not, I don't know, you know.
Yeah. So if we're podcasting from the lake next week, you might.
Yeah, well, there's trades and stuff. That's always, Oh, you're right.
No,
You're right. You're right. Good point. I didn't think about that. Well, we'll see. If we have any picks, we will let you
it's
guys
going
know.
to be next week. But yeah,
Isn't it next Thursday?
that was like the 26th or 5th. That was the last week of April.
Just
Oh, wait,
next.
then it would be. I'm stupid.
That's
This
how,
this is
dude. April's been flying, bro. April's been flying by.
it
April,
happens.
yeah, April 25th. So we will try and get a podcast out before the draft. Because we want to enjoy it. We make the NFL and NBA draft. I feel like we make that like a thing each year, just watching and stuff. So we'll probably not be podcasting on draft night unless we did a live thing and maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. I don't know.
Yeah,
Bears, Packers, they got
New
some good
Year's
picks.
Day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have 3 picks in the first round right now.
Yeah,
As
maybe
of
I would say I'd like live react myself, but it's not like I'm gonna fuck you ads.
you
It's not
already
like
know what's happening.
I'm gonna go nuts. Like it's not.
I hear you. I hear.
Um, but maybe there's a potential trade that happens, and that I would lose shit that way. But we shall see. It'll be fun. I'm
Yep.
excited. I'm excited to finally get rid of all the fucking talk and rumors and shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm ready just to figure out what the hell's I feel like we need to figure out what's going on, what the Bears are doing. Packers isn't super, exciting, but they got 5 picks in the first 100 round or 5 out of the first 100 picks. So opportunity to make some noise, maybe some trades. I don't know. Green Bay probably won't do it because that's not what we do. But I am very excited to see what y'all do at 9. Obviously Caleb Williams at 1, but like, what else are we doing here? So I'm excited. We'll get into it next week. Other than that, unless you have anything, Max, let's go our separate ways. Watch some Lakers Pelicans that second half, and then we got the Warriors Kings if we can stay up. But yeah, man, let's have a good week. Let's win some bets. Thanks everyone for listening.
Good. Thanks, guys.